rough tour of duty in New England after leaving the University of Pittsburgh, but he has turned out to be a capable backup for the injured Joe Montana, and one of the big reasons San Francisco is 4-0, one of only 2 teams in the league. In the first quarter yesterday against the Philadelphia Eagles in Philadelphia, Kavanaugh hit Roger Craig, and the former Nebraska tailback ran and caught the ball well for San Francisco, this time a 35-yard touchdown pass that gave the 49ers a 7-0 lead in that ball game. 2 McFadden field goals for Philly narrowed it to 7-6, but in the second quarter, Kavanaugh was ready again. 19 seconds left in the half. This 2-yard touchdown pass to Freddie Solomon made good a scoring threat and gave the 49ers a 14-6 halftime lead and, in effect, control of the football game. It was 14-9 in the fourth quarter. 3rd and 15, Kavanaugh found Dwight Clark recovering well from off-season knee surgery. The 51-yard touchdown, one of 3 Clark catches on the day. The Niners beat the Eagles 21-9, holding Mike Quick, the brilliant Philly receiver, to only 2 catches. Here's a man who's rapidly becoming one of the best receivers in the league. Mark Duper, the big play man for the Dolphins, did it again yesterday against the Colts in the Orange Bowl. With the score 7-7 in the second quarter, Danny Marino found Duper for 80 yards. Look at the perfection of this throw. Absolutely on the mark. Duper in full stride. The 80-yard touchdown made it 13-7. After a Von Schamann field goal, it would become 16-7. And then with 1 minute left before the half, Marino looked for Duper again. This time the quick slant, 5-yard touchdown pass. Good pass to the inside of the defender. Miami led 23-7 and had full command of the football game. Marino's 12th TD pass of the season. And in the third quarter, the Dolphin defense demonstrated that it always plays a role in what this brilliant team does. That pass off the hands of Curtis Dickey into the hands of Don McNeil. That made it 37 Miami. The Dolphins won 44-7. Shula on the big play.
I thought a big play was on 2nd and 10 from our own 20. And I sent a running play into the ball game, and Marino saw a coverage where he had man-to-man and decided to go for it, and he checked off to the bomb, the Duper, and we got the good protection, and he laid it out there as pretty as he lays it out there, and Duper made the catch on a dead run and got in there for an 80-yard touchdown and put us back ahead in the game. So it's just the thing that Marino is capable of doing. He's thinking big all the time, and if he sees it, he's going to go for it. He has that great confidence in his ability.
Tonight's halftime is being brought to you by Computerland, with over 600 stores worldwide.
For everyone who's tired of summer
Girl asked you to model underwear. Halftime.
Good football game. More highlights now, picking up with the game between 2 of the better young quarterbacks developing in the league, Kansas City and Denver. All the attention before the game speculating on Blackledge versus Elway. It was Elway who showed his increasing maturity in this game. Second quarter, no score. He looked to the right side of the field. Long. And then finally came back to the left side of the field, finding a secondary receiver, in this case number 83, John Sawyer. Sawyer with the 25-yard catch, set up a 6-yard touchdown run by Sammy Winder. Like Sawyer, Winder had a big day for the Broncos, 139 yards on the ground. Later, Denver scored on an 80-yard drive to lead 14-0. Then Blackledge had this piece of difficulty. The ball off the hands of Billy Jackson in the third quarter, intercepted by number 31, Michael Harden. He went 45 yards. It was 21-0 Denver. The Broncos controlled the football on the ground and went on to win the game by that score. The Bears were unbeaten as they went into the Kingdome to play the Seahawks, but it was not to be, as Bob Avellini is replacing Jim McMahon, who suffers from abrasive injuries. It started well for the Bears, though. First quarter, Avellini to Payton to Suey, 3-yard touchdown, the 6th touchdown pass of Walter Payton's great career. But later in the first quarter, Avellini showed his long-time propensity for the interception. The interception by number 42, Keith Simpson, who brought it back 39 yards. That tied the football game at 7-7. Seattle led 10-7 at the half. Then in the third quarter, one big play got the Seahawks going on offense. Craig looking down the field for Steve Largent. Watch this catch. Fully extended, horizontal to the ground. Largent's grab for 29 yards, set up a Craig touchdown run that made it 17-7 Seattle and gave the Seahawks command of the game. Later, there was a Craig to Lane touchdown pass. Then another difficult play for the Bears. Avellini throwing deep in his territory to Suey. The ball stripped away, and as it rolled into the end zone, the little heralded but vastly underrated Seattle nose guard Joe Nash fell on it. That made it 31-7 Seattle. They were on their way to a 38-9 win. A frustrating day for Walter Payton, despite 116 yards rushing and the fact that on this play, he moved past Franco Harrison, the race to break Jim Brown's career rushing mark. Payton with 116 yards in the game. Harris only 14 carries for 23 yards. But at the end of the ball game, when they shook hands, it was Franco's team which had won by the score of 38-9, and the Bears are no longer unbeaten. This piece of college football information for you. ABC Sports announced today that on Saturday, October 6th, we'll have regional coverage of 2 College Football Association games. Oklahoma State at Nebraska, both teams presently unbeaten. Nebraska, of course, ranked #1. And Georgia, upset winner over the weekend over Clemson, against Alabama, which got its first win of the season at